What's up, everyone? Here I am in my new studio space, and we're a little bit more put together today, and that makes me feel good, so I'm going to give a big old thumb up and a smile. So now that I'm back on that usual grind, today I want to show you some slick maneuvers you can use to enhance your shuffles. Really, it just comes down to switching very cleanly between triplets and 16th notes. And this is something that I see like Nate Smith. He does this really, really well, and he does it a lot. Mark Juliana also goes deep with this whole idea. It's a pretty popular concept, but it's easier said than done. Switching between triplets and 16th notes kind of creates this push and pull effect on the time, which I think is very cool. It gives it much more of this elastic quality, even though the underlying beat remains steady. So the first and most important thing you got to be able to do is switch cleanly between triplets and 16th notes, which is kind of the whole thing. But first, we're going to start on only the snare drum using single strokes. You might think to yourself, yeah, that's easy. I could do that, no sweat. But keep yourself honest. We'll put a metronome on, and you might be surprised that it takes you a couple of beats to really settle into the new rhythmic rate. So we want to eliminate that little settling in period. We want to be able to switch from one to the other and be right on it immediately, and that takes practice. Slowly at first, I'll do 2 measures of triplets followed by 2 measures of 16th notes, and then I'll just switch back and forth between the two a little bit. When you feel like you can make that rhythmic pivot pretty well, the next step is to change up the sticking pattern. So now I'll put my right hand on the hi-hats, keep my left hand on the snare drum, and we're going to start getting into the shuffle feel. So I'm going to keep playing right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right for the triplets, and then for the 16th notes, it'll be right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, which is almost the 16th note version of the triplet sticking, if you will. They have a very similar feel, despite the fact that they're slightly different since one is 16th notes and the other is triplets. Same thing as before, I will do 2 measures of triplets followed by 2 measures of 16ths, and I'll just repeat that cycle a little bit. Alright, now we have a rhythmic foundation that we can build upon. So the next step is to lay down a stanky shuffle a la Bernard Purdie. And the big thing with this shuffle is you really want to keep those ghost notes as quiet as possible. They should be more felt than they are heard. I'm not going to break down the Purdie shuffle in depth. I've done it before, and a lot of other people have as well. But here's the notation and everything, and I'll play it slowly. It sounds like this. And now we'll build up a 16th note version of the shuffle, which is kind of similar in feel to the Purdie shuffle that we were just playing, but it has a couple of key differences. This one has much more of a linear vibe to it, and I'm just using this as a demonstration. There are many other patterns and combinations that you could use in the place of this one. More on that a little bit later. So the sticking pattern is right, left, left, right, left, left, and then either kick or hi-hat stomp, followed by left, right, left, kick. And play the kick with that very first right-hand stroke in beat 1, and then at the very last 16th note of beat 4, you could play a right hand in place of the kick. It's kind of up to you. Also, I am thinking in a halftime feel, so the backbeat is on 3. Altogether, this 16th note shuffle sounds like this. Next, we want to be able to switch from our triplet shuffle into our 16th shuffle. So I'll play 4 measures of the triplet shuffle before switching into the 16th shuffle, and then I'll do that for 4 measures as well. And I think starting with 4 measures is a good enough amount of time that you can settle into things before making the switch to the next one. If you need to go for 8 measures to settle in before pivoting, that's totally fine, but for demonstration, I'm going to do 4 and 4. As you get more confident making that pivot from the triplets into the 16ths and back, then we want to switch more frequently. So instead of doing 4 measures of each feel, try doing only 2 measures of each. And from there, we want to be able to splice together even smaller pieces. So try pivoting from the triplets into the 16ths after every measure. And practicing this kind of stuff will force your brain to move faster than your hands. Because if your brain's not keeping up, your hands are going to fall apart, and it's all gonna crumble, and it's gonna be a big sad time. Another fun way to play around with this like tug of war between the triplets and the 16ths is to play a groove that's primarily rooted in triplets, but then play fills that are rooted in 16th notes. When practicing with the click, you might find that you have a tendency to rush the 16th notes. Maybe that's just a me problem, because I always have the tendency to rush the 16th notes, but it's really good practice because that'll force you to kind of pump the brakes and lock everything into your underlying beat. from there, try improvising and tweaking the patterns a little bit to see which direction things can take. Try starting with a different triplet pattern and see if you can find an equivalent 16th pattern that has a similar feel to the triplets. And then weave all of that together and you got yourself some cool stuff. If you like what you saw in this video, check out my Patreon page. Your support grants you access to transcriptions for this video, as well as transcriptions for all my other lesson videos, and follow me on Instagram at drummerhar to see more videos of my playing. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.